scholars, Mrs. Wallace here, and today I'm going to show you how to do the Catalase Lab. So we're going to measure the catalase activity of a couple of different vegetables here. So first off, we're going to need some stuff. We're going to need a tabletop balance, an electronic balance. We're going to need a weigh boat. We're going to need a mortar and pestle, 3 tubes, some potatoes, nope, that's parsnips, some parsnips, some potatoes, a 10 milliliter graduated cylinder, and hydrogen peroxide. So we're gonna start, I always like to start by labeling my tubes. So we're gonna need 3 tubes. You're gonna need a negative control. And you can just write directly on there with a Sharpie. We're gonna need our parsnip tube. And we're going to need our potato tube. So start by labeling those. That way they don't get mixed up as you're doing your experiments. I actually did that once when I was working in a lab. It was not great. I had to start over. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're gonna weigh out 5 grams of our potato. You can start with whatever, but potato or parsnip. So I'm gonna put my weigh boat on top of the balance. So when I do that, you'll see that now it's measuring the mass of the balance. We don't want that. So in order to get rid of that, we need to tare our balance or zero it out. And voila, so now it's not including the weight of the balance there. We are going to weigh out 5 grams of potato. Do we have a little scooper?
Yes, scupulas are located over here.
All right, so we're gonna weigh out 5 grams. So you're gonna take a scupula, come on over here to the balance, and just kind of scoop some in there until you get to about 5 grams. Oh, that's getting stuck to the scupula. Ooh, we're getting close. A little bit more. There we go. Okay, so we're at about 5 grams. It doesn't have to be exact, but you want to get as close as possible. Okay, and then we're going to put that into, we're going to mash it up first. So you're going to take the mortar and pestle, transfer your potato from your weigh boat into your mortar and pestle. I lost a little bit, so I'll try to get that out. And then we're gonna smoosh it up. Just really grind it up.
And notice it's not a pounding motion, it's just a grinding motion.
Yeah, don't pound it, you'll break the mortars and pestles. These are just ceramic, so. What do you think, Mrs. Boyd? Are we mashed enough, or do we need to be more mashed?
That's probably looking pretty good. Is that the potato or the parsnip?
Potato.
That's the potato. So, I mean, yeah, you guys can be the best judge of your time. Whatever you do to one, do to the other. But yeah, for our purposes, that's probably good for now.
Okay. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into my potato tube. Just use my scupula again. Try to get as much of it into here as possible. So this is fun. Oops. Okay. Got as much as I could off of there. Now, go. So now I've got my potato chunks down there in the bottom. All right, and we're going to do the same thing with our parsnips. So I'm going to repeat that whole procedure, but with my other stuff.
But you want to just leave it for them, so because now they know how to do that.
Yes, so you're going to repeat the same thing with the parsnips. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add 10 milliliters of hydrogen peroxide to the potato in the tube and the parsnips. So it's nice to have those side by side so you can observe what's happening at the same time. You're also going to want to have 10 milliliters in an empty tube as well to serve as your negative control. So I'm going to take my hydrogen peroxide.
And please notice that she has goggles, and you guys will also have gloves as well.
Yeah. So I have the bottle here. You might have like a beaker. And so when you get close to that 10 milliliters, you'll use a transfer pipette to get there, unless you have a very steady hand like me. So we'll add our 10 milliliters. And then observe what happens.
And there's also a scale where you will rank how much bubbles you are getting in your experiment tube.
Yeah, so you're gonna rank it from 0 to 5. Either no bubbles, or some bubbles, or lots of bubbles. You can even measure the volume of the bubbles.
Ooh, that would be a good idea. I don't want to give too much of it away, so, and that will all go into your slideshow, was where you will put your data.
Yay, science is fun.
And I think that's it, right, Mrs. Walsh? That's all the tools
That's
they
the whole
need.
lab.
Have fun with enzymes.
Yay.